You've heard me say it 1,000 times by now. We can't not heal. This is our guiding foundational premise that's based on all the powerful new science of human potential that we've been talking about in this Our Healing Life series. And what does that mean? That we're always reaching our best equilibrium given present circumstances. If we're sick with an autoimmune condition, that is our best equilibrium given present circumstances. If we're in pain and deeply suffering, that is our best equilibrium given present circumstances. But can we do better? We start with the understanding that the body doesn't lie. It's not broken when we're suffering and sick. Our bodies are the best indicators of the robustness of our healing terrain, all that makes us us. They're our best communicators about what the body needs to thrive, to heal, to reach a better equilibrium. And there's so much that we can do to activate and direct our own healing. Now, I want to show you something. I'm a big picture person. Please don't feel intimidated or overwhelmed by what you see behind me. I like to see the bird's eye view of how all the things fit together and are integrated. And it just reminds me of how dynamic we are, how dynamic healing is, and how much control we have. It helps me connect to the larger meaning of what we're trying to do, right? So I thought you might like to see it too. These are our Healing Life Steppingstones. And this is all that we've been talking about in our Healing Life series and how the different parts relate to one another, okay? How they're interconnected. And really just how meaningful and beautiful our healing life actually is. So let's start right here. This is the hub. This is the center. This is your story completely told. That's right, your story. This is your pain, your suffering, your illness, or your deep desire to unleash your glorious potential. Your story is what must define and direct the trajectory of your healing. The scientific literature is quite clear in how it shows that 99% of the time, the person's story contains all the elements that we need, all the answers, the diagnosis and treatments that lead to healing is in that story. Not fancy tests, not fancy analyses, a simple story told in as much detail as possible. What happens to you? What happened to you? Told in your way. Not censored by the listener who's driven by their own agenda. Not reduced by the expert who is time limited or only interested in one small piece of what you have to say, missing the larger meaning and missing the truth about you. This story of yours reveals the healing terrain, all the parts of you and those aspects of life that profoundly influence you and your function. And your story shows us what parts of this terrain need our attention the most, right? Your story also directs the roadmap. This is what we need to do to heal. The details of your story make it clear how you've lost resilience and how your equilibrium can be strengthened by working the roadmap. Okay? We see our new story of healing, right? To inspire a fresh perspective and a more clear direction. And we need a new story, don't we? One that reflects the truth of who we are and the science that makes it so undeniably clear that we're packed to the brim with gorgeous potential that we may not have known we had. We're not born with our genetic book of life already filled in. leaving us with a destiny that looks just like our ancestors. That ship sailed long ago. And we're not born into cultural narratives that can't be scrutinized for their value and their validity, or can't be upgraded. We must look at our narratives. We must change them as needed. So what is our new story of healing? The body isn't wrong. The body always achieves its very best equilibrium, given its circumstances. We can trust it. It's not broken. It doesn't need to be fixed. It needs to be supported. And our new story of healing is based on the science of human potential and the life school experience and wisdom that grounds that science. Epigenetics, neuroplasticity, core functional medicine systems biology, and transformational psychology, spirituality. This science gives us our dynamic principles of the human body that guides our new story. The primary urge of the human body is to heal. Period. No other possible way to look at it. And the body is innately wise. We can trust it. And what does the body say? You can trust. You're not a random sack of molecules blowing in the breeze. It all has meaning and purpose. And the meaning and purpose of your body is in your hands to direct to your own advantage. And once your story is told, we activate our gorgeous potential for healing by first learning to become present. Okay? This is our core foundational first step. I call it core presence. We become our witnesses. We practice self-awareness, self-compassion and safety, and self-agency. We must become awake and aware and fully conscious for this work, for this healing work. We must become tenacious and relentless in our power to accept our body's assignment to heal. So this presence then is our path, it's our practice, and it's our prize. It's the path that underpins our entire roadmap. And we have no choice. We've got to be our witnesses to get ourselves through behavior change, to take on that new food plan or sleep plan, to weather the risk, the uncertainty, the discomfort, and the inevitable disappointments of the healing journey. Presence is our practice. No one taught us how to be present, did they, when we were young? Most of us were incubated in family and cultural narratives that most valued hard work and toil and competition, not quiet self-reflection, self-introspection. Okay? And presence is our prize. Presence gives us the gift of present moment awareness, freeing us from the past and the future and showing us the beauty all around us in present time. And while presence activates it underpins our entire roadmap, we need presence to accomplish everything that's in our roadmap. It also, in itself, activates the terrain. Okay? Presence itself shifts genetic expression, changes brain function and physiology in powerful, positive ways. So as you learn to become your witness, you're healing. You are healing. The healing terrain is you. It's all the structure, function, and experience of you. It's you through the dynamic relationship of your genes, your environment, lifestyle, life events, mindset. Okay? And the healing roadmap, it's not a prescription, right? It's not a prescription for how to do things right, to fix you, but it's like a menu. It's a menu of the most powerful options to bring about changes in your terrain that shift you to a better equilibrium, that shift you out of pain, suffering, and illness, that helps you unleash your gorgeous potential. And leads you where? It all goes here. This is where we're headed. Healing, wholeness, your gorgeous destiny. So your story completely told, your new story of healing based on the science and life school wisdom of human potential, your dynamic terrain that you direct through your present moment awareness and function by working the healing roadmap, lands you here. Not curing. Curing is not our end game. Healing is. Wholeness is. Curing is a story that assumes a particular predetermined outcome about not being sick, no longer having a disease, or no longer suffering. But healing is way bigger than that. Curing is inherently limited in its scope. Healing opens us to the possibilities that go beyond our wildest dreams. And if we release that story of curing while becoming our witnesses and reverently working our healing life stepping stones, where does that land us? That's right. Healing, wholeness, potential. Thank you for listening. So for next time, and there will be a next time, we've talked about core resilience and about how dialing core resilience in very well for our unique needs will resolve or prevent 99% of what ails us as humans. That is not an overstatement. What this part of our healing roadmap looks like will be different for everyone, but there are powerful guidelines that everyone can use to activate healing, to feel better, to relieve suffering, to unleash their potential. And would you like to know what those are? Shall we take a core resilience journey together? Awesome. We're going to do that. So until next time, please be well, be brave, be tenacious. Thank you.